Hey guys. Okay, so I've really been wanting to make a post about my hospital stay since it happened. For those of you guys who don't know, I was hospitalized over this weekend. But I just have not been able to find the right words to accurately describe all the emotions that went along with that. So I thought that maybe this video might help. Um, Before I start, I really want to tell you guys why I choose to share my story with you guys. I spent a lot of my time growing up struggling internally, um, which in turn made me an incredibly anxious and angry and sad person. And so now I figure that if this is something that I've got to do, if this is something that I've got to fight, then I might as well do it loudly. If I can use my voice to help other people use theirs, then I'll do it. Eating disorders have the highest mortality rate out of any psychiatric disorder. So that means higher than depression, higher than anxiety, higher than OCD, higher than bipolar disorder. So with that being said, if this thing beats me and I don't leave a mark before then all of this will be for nothing. So that's why I choose to share my story. So going ahead with the hospitalization, it all started on Saturday. I was supposed to work on Saturday. I work at Chipotle, so I was supposed to close that night. But our water heater broke. So obviously without hot water, we can't properly clean dishes. And so we had to close our store. And something that really triggers me is a change in schedule. I like being in control and I like knowing what's going on. Ooh, it got dark. Yeah, I like knowing what's going on and stuff. And so when all of a sudden my plans were no longer my plans, it kind of sent me into a panic. Instead of utilizing the coping mechanisms that I've been working on for these past few months, I instead chose to, I guess, wallow in my negative feelings. I didn't want to pull myself out of it. And I can't describe to you why I didn't. It's just I didn't want to. I wanted to be alone. Quite honestly, I wanted to be alone with my eating disorder. I am diagnosed with anorexia nervosa with a binge purge subtype, which means that I spend the majority of my time restricting, and then there will be times where I binge and purge. A binge, I feel, is categorized, I guess it's like characterized or whatever the word is, by eating like 3,000 calories or more in one sitting. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But I know it's a shit ton of calories. And so I wanted to do that. Prior to Saturday, I had spent the majority of that week restricting. And so by Saturday, I was hungry. And binging and purging for me is a very violent act. For me, whenever I feel angry, I like to binge and purge just because in my mind, pain fixes the other pain, if that makes any sense. So anyways, I binge and purge, and anytime you eat that amount of calories, no matter what you do with yourself afterwards, there is a possibility of weight gain. And so after I did that, obviously I started freaking out. And then after that, I just thought to myself that there is no way that I can live another day with an eating disorder. There's no way that I can live another day in this body that's trying to fight itself. Like, there was just no way. And so I went to my kitchen and I swallowed a handful of pills. And even saying that makes me feel really sad because that's not who I am. I am someone who likes to exercise all of the possibilities before anything drastic. And I don't know. There's so many emotions I have regarding that. But anyways, so I texted my friend and told her what I had done, and she immediately came to my house, and we went to the ER, me, her, and my roommate, and we went to the ER. And, obviously there they asked me a lot about, did you want to die? Did you want to kill yourself? And I could not answer them. I mean, I am someone who wants to live. More than anything, I want to live. I want to be someone who inspires someone. I want to be someone who has the ability to, show people how it's done. And I've got a lot of change that I want to bring to this world. But at the same time, I tell you that I want to live. I can tell you that I don't want to live anymore with this eating disorder. I can't live anymore with this eating disorder. And so I can't explain to you why I took all those pills. I can't. And maybe one day I'll be able to tell you. But at that time, it felt like my only option. And so anyways, at the hospital, because of the amount of pills that I took and my body, they gave me charcoal, which for any of you who have ever had experienced charcoal, I am so sorry. It is the worst thing. Charcoal neutralizes any toxins in the body. So I drank charcoal to make sure that the pills I took wouldn't damage anything. And then from there, I met with a psychiatrist in the hospital, and she thought that I was not fit to go home. And so she admitted me overnight. And that was tough. I thought for sure that they were going to stabilize me and then I would get to go home. Not the case. So the next morning, I met with another doctor, and then I was for sure I was going to go home. I was like, there's no way. Like, I feel fine. I'm okay. And I'm stable, so I get to go home. Not the case. They thought that admitting me for, like, the full stay would be better. So, I mean, and I could have refused it, but then they would have had, like, the police involved, which is not, like, what I'm about. So I said, okay. And so from there, I was transferred to the affective disorders unit at Bryan West Hospital, Bryan East. I'm not sure. Affective disorders unit, basically, they treat the mood disorders, all mood disorders. So, like, people with depression go there, people with anxiety go there, people with eating disorders go there. Although, unfortunately, I was the only one with an eating disorder there, and I honestly felt like they had no idea how to handle me. But that's a whole other story. But yeah, so I was transferred there, and I remember going to my room and sitting on my bed, and, like, you could tell, like, they tried to decorate their room, like as homey as they could make it. But I just remember sitting in my bed and just feeling so sad and just thinking, like, how the fuck did I get here? Like, I don't know when I became a person that was good into a person that was okay into a person that swallowed a handful of pills. I don't know what happened. And this is, why it's so important to talk about these kinds of things. I think it's easy to be fooled by someone who, looks like they're happy and cracks a lot of jokes and looks like they've got their shit together, but that's not always the case. There are a lot of people walking around dying, and yeah, this is why it's important. This is not supposed to be my life. At 21 years old, I imagined my life a little differently. in the unit, I remember meeting a guy there, and we all talked about, what brought us there, and I shared my story. And I remember this man, he said that he admitted himself because he was just so lonely. And that makes me so sad, because these people, these nurses, were the only people that ever made him feel like he was valuable. And that makes me so sad, because like everyone is valuable. And we were talking some more, and I remember him saying that, he wakes up every day, but he doesn't know why. And I am so lucky that even with this eating disorder, even with all the bad days, I know why I wake up every day. I know that I've got shit to do. So right now, I'm just working on becoming the best version of myself, not only for me, but for other people too. I've got a mission, and that mission is to break the stigma and to talk about this stuff. And I don't know, but this stuff cannot go on any longer. I remember my mom came in from Illinois, and we were talking, and she was just talking to me about stuff in my childhood and stuff, and there are a lot of things that she said that I did that were red flags, and I just think that we need to start educating people more of warning signs and stuff like that. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for always listening to me. I know I've got a lot of stuff to say, and I'm so lucky that I still have got a lot of ears that are willing to listen. You guys are my biggest support, and there are no amount of words that can ever describe how thankful I am for that, because there are people out here who don't have that. So anyways, thank you, and I think I'm done rambling now. Okay, bye.